Imagine building something so tall that it changes a city's identity forever. A tower that rises above the clouds, dominates the skyline, and becomes instantly recognizable across the world. That was the dream behind the Burj Khalifa. Standing at 828 meters, the Burj Khalifa isn't just the tallest building on Earth. It's the tallest structure humanity has ever built. When it opened in 2010, it shattered records and captured global attention. Dubai suddenly became home to the world's ultimate skyscraper. Tourists flocked to see it. Investors rushed to buy property inside it. Media outlets called it a modern wonder. The tower became a symbol of wealth, ambition, and limitless growth. From luxury apartments and premium offices to observation decks offering breathtaking views, the Burj Khalifa promised an unmatched experience. It represented the future. Or at least that's what many believed. Yet behind the glamorous headlines and stunning architecture, a surprising reality was beginning to emerge. Despite its fame and prestige, significant portions of the building would struggle to remain fully occupied. Some apartments sat empty. Certain office spaces failed to attract long-term tenants. Entire sections became quieter than anyone expected. How could the most famous skyscraper in the world face such a problem? Was the tower simply too large? Too expensive? Or was there a deeper story hidden behind its glass exterior? To understand why the world's tallest tower became associated with empty spaces, we need to travel back to the early 2000s, when Dubai set out to accomplish what many thought was impossible. At the beginning of the 21st century, Dubai was racing toward a bold future. City leaders understood that oil alone could not guarantee long-term prosperity. They wanted Dubai to become a global destination for tourism, business, finance, and luxury living. To achieve that goal, they needed something extraordinary. The answer was ambitious construction on a scale the world had never seen. Massive shopping malls appeared across the city. Artificial islands were built in the sea. Luxury resorts transformed the coastline. But among all these projects, one stood above the rest. The Burj Khalifa was conceived as the centerpiece of Dubai's transformation. Developers wanted a structure that would attract international attention and demonstrate the city's confidence. Every additional floor generated headlines. Every new height record reinforced Dubai's reputation as a place where anything was possible. Construction began in 2004. Thousands of workers contributed to the project. Engineers developed innovative techniques to overcome extreme desert temperatures and powerful winds. The tower's unique design allowed it to reach heights previously considered impractical. As construction continued, excitement grew. Investors from around the world purchased units before the building was even completed. Property values surged throughout Dubai. Demand seemed unstoppable. The project appeared destined for success. Then the global economy experienced one of the worst financial crises in modern history. Almost overnight, confidence disappeared. Real estate markets collapsed. Credit dried up. Investors became cautious. The timing could not have been worse. As the Burj Khalifa approached completion, the economic foundation supporting the project began to crack. And the consequences would reshape the tower's future in ways nobody expected. In 2008, the global financial crisis swept across the world. Major banks collapsed. Stock markets plunged. Real estate prices dropped dramatically in many countries. Investors who once seemed eager to fund ambitious projects suddenly disappeared. Dubai felt the impact immediately. The city's booming property market had been fueled by optimism, speculation, and easy access to financing. When those conditions vanished, the market slowed rapidly. Property values fell. Development projects stalled. Confidence weakened. The Burj Khalifa was nearing completion during this turbulent period. What had once looked like a guaranteed success now appeared vulnerable. Many investors who had purchased units expected prices to rise indefinitely. Instead, they faced uncertainty and financial pressure. Some withdrew from investments altogether. Others struggled to meet payment obligations. Meanwhile, Dubai itself faced mounting debt concerns. Financial assistance from Abu Dhabi became necessary to stabilize the situation. In recognition of that support, the tower was renamed Burj Khalifa in honor of Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. When the building officially opened in January 2010, the world watched in awe. Fireworks illuminated the sky. News organizations covered the historic moment. The tower instantly became an international icon. But while the opening ceremony celebrated a remarkable engineering achievement, the business challenges remained. Luxury apartments at extreme heights appealed to a relatively small market. Office tenants had many alternatives across the city. The economic slowdown made attracting buyers even more difficult. The Burj Khalifa remained famous. It remained beautiful. It remained unmatched in height. Yet fame alone could not guarantee full occupancy. The tower's greatest challenge wasn't construction. It was finding enough people willing to live and work inside it. One of the biggest misconceptions about real estate is that a building filled with sold units is automatically full of residents. In reality, ownership and occupancy are very different things. This distinction helps explain why parts of the Burj Khalifa appeared surprisingly quiet. Many apartments were purchased by investors rather than permanent residents. Some owners viewed the units as assets rather than homes. Others visited only occasionally. As a result, large numbers of apartments remained unused for extended periods. The phenomenon became known as ghost occupancy. On paper, the units were owned. In practice, many remained empty. Pricing also played a major role. Living in the world's tallest building comes at a premium. Residents pay for luxury amenities, maintenance, security, and the prestige associated with the address. While some buyers found this appealing, many wealthy individuals discovered they could obtain similar luxury elsewhere at lower costs. Office space presented another challenge. Businesses often prioritize convenience, flexibility, and operating expenses. The highest office in the world isn't necessarily the most practical location for every company. As remote work and flexible office arrangements became more common, demand shifted further. The Burj Khalifa was also a victim of its own scale. Developers had anticipated enormous long-term demand for luxury real estate. While Dubai continued to grow, the market became increasingly competitive as new projects entered the scene. More supply meant more choices for buyers and tenants. Consequently, maintaining consistently high occupancy became difficult. The building remained valuable and prestigious, but filling every apartment and office proved far more challenging than constructing the tower itself. And that raises a fascinating question: was profit ever the tower's primary purpose? The pyramids of Egypt, medieval cathedrals, and modern skyscrapers all served purposes beyond economics. They were statements about what their creators believed was possible. The Burj Khalifa belongs in that tradition. It pushed engineering to new limits. It redefined the global skyline. It inspired architects and developers around the world to think bigger. Even if portions of the building remain underutilized at times, its influence extends far beyond occupancy rates. The tower transformed Dubai's international reputation and became a permanent symbol of modern ambition. In the end, the Burj Khalifa's story is not simply about empty apartments or office space.